Essence, sweet children, Baba has come to awaken your fortune. Only by becoming pure will your fortune be awakened. What are the signs of the children whose fortune has been awakened? Answer, they become deities of happiness. What's the sign of fortune? You're happy. And they make everyone happy. They can never cause anyone sorrow. They are children of Vyas, Sukdev, true bestowers of happiness. Those are Vyas is the guru who supposedly wrote the scriptures. Sukdev, the deity of happiness. So the children become like that, happy and knowledgeable. 2, they have renounced the 5 vices and are called true Raj Yogis. They become pure. Raj Yogis are pure. Raj Rishis. 3, their stage remains constant and stable. Sign is stability. Sign of purity is mental, emotional stability. When you lose that stability, it's because of all this fear, darkness that you've got suppressed inside. So this is exactly what I was just sharing with you. Their stage remains constant and stable because when their stage is constant and stable, what do they stop doing? They never cry about anything. Crying is a sign of all the stuff you're not being honest about that you're hiding in your feelings. What are those feelings? All the misuse you've done with feelings. Emotions are the biggest pain you experience. You can't control them because of having misused them, so that you've become weak and can't control them. Just like thoughts, except worse. So there you cry about the things that you're hiding, the sorrow that you're hiding inside. They are called conquerors of attachment. That's why you got to kill attachment. You can't just kind of pretend, make it go away, put it in a nice box and send it to somebody. No, no. Attachment has to be destroyed because you've become that addicted to it. And the stuff underneath it that you're medicating through the attachment is really unhealthy for you. Song, I have come having awakened my fortune. Om Shanti. When you hear a line of this song, you sweetest children have goose pimples of happiness. It is a common song, but no one else knows the meaning of this song. I have come having awakened my fortune song. Only the Father comes and explains the meaning of all those songs and scriptures to you. Songs from the scriptures as well as songs from the film songs about, in those days, they were often about God and truth and religion. You sweetest children also know that in the Iron Age, everyone's fortune is dormant. In the Golden Age, their fortune is awakened. Only the one Father awakens your dormant fortune. That's why Baba is special. He knows what the best is inside of you, and he brings it out of you so that you can experience happiness. He gives you directions and creates your fortune if you follow those directions. He sits here and awakens the fortune of you children. As soon as a child is born, it is said that his fortune has been awakened. An heir is born. The heir has fortune, future fortune. As soon as a child is born, he is aware that he is an heir. In reality, this is an unlimited aspect. You children know that your fortune awakens and that it then becomes dormant every cycle. So that's the whole cycle. The fortune you have eventually emerges, and the misfortune you have eventually has to happen, and it repeats identically. When you become pure, your fortune awakens. You never say your fortune has emerged when you were impure. Your sorrow emerges when you're impure. It is said a pure household ashram. So therefore, purity lived in the household, practiced in the household. The word ashram refers to something pure. There is the pure household ashram, and in contrast, there is the impure religion. It would not be called an ashram. Everyone follows the household path. Even animals have that. They live in families. Everyone creates children. Even animals are said to have a household path. Yeah, they live in the forest, in a cave, in a tree, but it's a household path. You children now know that in the Golden Age, you are deities who belong to the pure household path, ashram. This praise is sung, full of all virtues. You yourself have also used to sing this. You now understand that you are once again changing from humans into deities. There is the deity religion. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar are also called deities. Salutations to the deity Brahma. Salutations to the deity Vishnu. However, to Shiva they say, salutations to the Supreme Soul Shiva. So there's a difference. They call him Supreme Soul Shiva. Shiva and Shankar cannot be called one and the same. They mix that up in Hindu devotion. They think Shiva is Shankar. He has two forms. This is untrue. That Shiva is the point of light. Shankar is a subtle deity with the long hair and the trishul, the trident, etc., etc., and the snakes. You had stone intellects and are now becoming those with divine intellects. Deities aren't called those with stone intellects. According to the drama plan, when it again becomes Ravan's kingdom, they have to come down the ladder again. They have to change from those with divine intellects, deities, into those with stone intellects, body conscious people. Only the one Father makes you the most intelligent. He makes your intellects divine. You come here to become those with divine intellects. There are temples to the Lord of Divinity too. Gatherings take place there, but no one knows who the Lord of Divinity is. In fact, only the Father makes you divine. He is the intellect of the wise. This is nourishment for the intellects of you children. The intellect changes so much. It is said, see no evil. This does not refer to monkeys. It is human beings who have become like monkeys. Apes are compared to human beings. This is called a forest of thorns. They continue to cause one another sorrow. You children are now receiving nourishment for your intellects. The unlimited Father is giving you nourishment. This is a study. It is also called the nectar of knowledge. It isn't a question of water, etc. Nowadays, they call many things nectar. Yeah. Red Bull is a nectar of the 21st century. They even say that the water of the Ganges is nectar. They wash their feet, the feet of the deity idols, and they drink that water as if it was nectar. They keep that water. They consider it to be a special drop of nectar. They don't tell those who take that drop of water that it will make them pure from impure. Why? Because it's come from feet. The guru's water, the guru that has his water washed with feet, they go and drink that stuff, thinking he's pure and it'll make me pure. It's ridiculous the things they do in devotion. They call the water of the Ganges the purifier. They say that when a person dies, he should have the water of the Ganges in his mouth. They show that Arjun shot an arrow and that the Ganges emerged from where it struck the ground. It's in the Mahabharata war story. He then gave someone nectar to drink, Bhishampitama, his grandsire. You children have not shot any arrows to bring the Ganges water up. There's a village where they battle with bows and arrows. They say that the chief of that place is an incarnation of God. The Father says all of them are gurus of the path of devotion. This is back in the 60s. So look how much crazy bhakti was going on in India in the 60s. There's only one true Satguru. The bestower of salvation is only one, and he takes everyone back home with him. No one apart from the Father can take you back home. It isn't even a question of merging into the Brahm element. This play is predestined. It continues to go around in an eternal cycle. You now know how the world history and geography would be. So you see all these principles Baba's giving you, be vegetarian, blah, 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 offer your food. All of this is to fix your karma of having killed things and eaten them. You now know world history and geography repeat. Human beings, that is souls, don't know their Father, the Creator, the one whom they remember and call out to. Oh, God the Father. Even vegans today, why are they vegans? They don't want to kill animals. They don't want to kill animals. So obviously they know killing animals is wrong. So they stop. Other people, they know it's wrong. They don't stop. A limited Father would never be called God the Father. They say the words God the Father with a lot of respect. They say that he is the purifier, the remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. And so some still eat a little bit of meat. So, okay, I used to be a mass murderer every day. And now I only murder once a week. It's like, well, no, I didn't even murder my food. I hired someone to do it. You understand? You can't get away from the karma. On the one hand, they say that he is the remover of sorrow, bestower of happiness. And on the other hand, when they have sorrow or their child dies, they say that God gives happiness and sorrow. What did God do? He took away our child. They then insult God. They say God gave them a child. So if God were to take that child away, why are you crying? He gave it to you. God giveth, God taketh away. He has gone to God. No one ever cries in the golden age. So crying is not a golden age trait. The Father explains there's no need to cry. No need to cry even now. But why do you cry? It's all waste and garbage in your mind that you won't control. That soul had to go and play his part according to his karmic accounts. Because of not having any of this knowledge, human beings cry so much. So then what's it say when you have the knowledge and you still cry so much? Some even go, you've heard me say this in course, at that time you're suffering from temporary insanity. You're totally out of control. Emotions raging, negativity, anger, violence, thoughts and feelings. That's insanity because you can't control your feelings. Some even go crazy. Here the Father explains, if your mother dies, eat halva. Eat halva. Halva is a sweet that you have at special occasions to celebrate things. So you should celebrate your mother's death. Feed everybody halva. Give them happiness. What would we say in English? If your mother dies, eat Ferrero Rochers. No, I don't know. Even if your father dies, eat Ferrero Rochers. Eat halva. Become a conqueror of attachment. Mine is one unlimited Father and none other. You children should have such a stage. You must have heard the story of the king who conquered attachment. There is neither any question of sorrow in the golden age nor any untimely death. You children know that you are conquering death. The Father is even called the great death, so you have to conquer the fear of death, which is conquering attachment. He is the death of all deaths. These are the titles of God in Hindu culture. You have to conquer death, that is, and Sikh culture also. You have to conquer death. That is, death will never come to anyone there in Golden Age because they conquered it in the Confluence Age. Death cannot come to souls or to bodies. A soul simply sheds a body and takes another. That is referred to as taken away by death. Remember in the movie Ghost, when he takes the soul and these dark figures are carrying the soul away? That's death coming for you. However, there's no such thing as death. There's no such thing. It's just in your mind. People continue to sing praise, but they don't understand anything. They sing praise. The Father explains, the 5 vices have completely spoiled your intellects. At this time, no one knows the Father. This is why this is called a world of orphans. They continue to fight and quarrel amongst themselves. This whole world is Baba's home. The Father makes all the children of this world pure from impure. There truly was a pure world for half the cycle. It is sung, the king is Ram, and the people belong to Ram. How could there be any irreligiousness there? They say that the lion and lamb in Golden Age drank water together there. So how could Ravan, etc., exist there? They don't understand anything. People from abroad laugh when they hear such stories. So this insanity, emotional insanity he's talking about, is also connected to not understand anything, stone intellects, right? Because it means those emotions have made your intellect weak. So even if you know what you're doing is negative, wrong, harmful, you don't stop yourself. So clearly, it makes you senseless also. The Father comes here and gives you this knowledge. This world is impure. Would he make impure ones pure through inspiration? They call out, O purifier, come. Therefore, he must definitely have come in Bharat. Even now, he says, I, the ocean of knowledge, have come to make you into the master oceans of knowledge, equal to myself. God comes to make you equal. Nobody else knows that. Nobody else is even trying. They just go over, read the scriptures, sing songs, chant. That's all they do. He's come to make you equal. Your effort is to become equal. Only the Father is called the true Vyas. So this one, capital O, Shiv Baba, is Vyas Dev, the giver of knowledge. And you are his children, Sukdev. You are his children, the deities of happiness. You are now becoming deities of happiness. You are claiming your inheritance of happiness from Vyas Shivacharya. Well, how are you going to have happiness if you don't learn to control your feelings? It means your ego is sitting in wait, hiding in the bushes, waiting for you to get careless, and then jumping out of the bushes and bombarding you with all your fears and doubts. And then you lose control of your mind and intellect. Can't be happy like that. You are claiming your inheritance of happiness from Vyas Shivacharya, the teacher Shiva. You are the children of Vyas. However, so that people don't become confused, you are called the children of Shiva. His real name, God's real name, is Shiva. A soul can be known. The Supreme Soul can be also known. Only he comes and shows you the way to become pure from impure. He says, I am the father of you souls. It is said that he is thumb-shaped. That's what they say in Hinduism. Such a huge image could not stay there in the center of the forehead. There's no thumb-shaped object in your center of your forehead. It is extremely subtle, the soul. So subtle means, as we said in lesson 1, invisible is the form of subtle. Doctors do beat their heads to see a soul, but they are unable to. A soul can be realized. The Father asks, have you now realized the soul? Such tiny souls have imperishable parts recorded in them, just like a record. At first, you were body conscious. You have now become soul conscious. You souls now know how you take 84 births. It has no end because those 84 births repeat identically. Some people ask when this drama began. However, it is eternal. Yes. It is never destroyed. Even when the world gets destroyed, the drama doesn't end. It is called the predestined, imperishable world drama. You now know the world. Just as uneducated children are given an education, so the Father is teaching you children. It is souls who study through bodies. So obviously, if you had realized the cycle repeats identically, would you ever allow yourself to go insane or lose control of your intellect that makes all your decisions? Of course you wouldn't do that. It doesn't make any sense to do that. Whatever it is you're addicted to that you're hiding inside you, that is why you do that. This is food for stone intellect. Your intellect receive understanding. Baba has had the pictures made for you children. They are very easy. There is the Trimurti picture, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. Why is Brahma referred to as the Trimurti, Trimurti Brahma? They say deity, deity, great deity. They place one above the other, but they don't understand the meaning of that all. So if they're calling Brahma Trimurti Brahma, then they really should be calling it Trimurti Shankar because he's the great deity. How could that be Brahma? Because Brahma is also called the father of the people. How could he be a deity in the subtle region? Brahma, the father of the people, would have to exist here with the people. These things are not mentioned in the scriptures. The Father says, I enter this body and explain to you through this one. I make this one my chariot. I make Brahma my chariot, Shiva's chariot. I come at the end of this one's many births. So that's the symbolism of Krishna driving Arjun's chariot. I make this one my chariot. I come at the end of this one's many births. This one also has to renounce the 5 vices. Those who have renunciation are called yogis or rishis. You are now Rajrishis, so you have to renounce all the vices. You make a promise. That's Rakshabandha. Those sannyasis renounce their homes and families and go away. Here, husband and wife live together. You say that you will never indulge in vice. The main thing is vice. You know that Shiv Baba is the creator. He creates a new creation. He is the seed, the truth, the living being, the ocean of bliss, and the ocean
knowledge.
Ocean of knowledge. Only the Father knows how he carries out this establishment, sustenance, and destruction of the world. Human beings don't understand these things. You children now know all these things, and you are able to explain these things to everyone. Acha? Nite nite sekilade bachubrati mat pita bab dadaka yad pyar or good morning. Rohani bapti, Rohani bachoko, namaste, or Isn't Sridharna. Number 1. Each soul has his own karmic accounts. Therefore, when a soul leaves his body, you mustn't cry. So she's talking about this thing she heard in the course. You're all just travelers traveling together like on the train. You're all on a train. Do you all get off at the same stop? If you're attached, you don't want to go off at the stop you need to get off at. So then you cry or whine and wail when somebody dies. Yeah, but it's time for them to move on to their next part. Why are you crying over that? Because they're leaving me and I'll be all alone. And whatever I attached to and dependent on them, I won't have anymore. So you cry. So Baba calls that trapped in name and form. When the soul leaves the body, you must not cry. Become a complete conqueror of attachment. Let it stay in your intellect that you belong to the one unlimited Father and none other. And none of us knows when anyone's going to die. No, we don't know when we're going to die. So, therefore, you should never cry. Whenever it happens, just be strong enough that you won't cry. Let it stay in your intellect that you belong to the one unlimited Father and none other. Number 2, renounce the 5 vices that spoil your intellect. Become What do you say you have to become? You are my children. You are
Jokis.
the other one.
Sukdev.
Sukde, deity of happiness, and make everyone happy. Never cause anyone, starting with yourself. Blessing. May you constantly take care to stay within the line of the codes of conduct, and you will become a highest being who follows the highest code of conduct. Every sorrow you have taken sits inside your sanskars. How will you not re-emerge that and give sorrow to somebody else? It's the source of the sorrow is in you. You got to get rid of that stuff. The children who stay constantly within the line of the codes of conduct by considering themselves to be the true Sitas of Ram, that is, those who take this care, have less care and attention, automatically remain careful and cheerful by following the code of conduct's principles. From morning till night, keep in your intellect the clear knowledge of these codes of conduct that you have been given to follow. All of these are in the Murli. Get up at this time, eat this thing, offer food. All these are codes of conduct. Consider yourself to be a true Sita and stay within the lines of codes of conduct. You'll then be called the highest being who follows the highest codes of conduct. Give your chart to the Father. Follow brahmacharya. Be vegetarian. All these things, right? Slogan. Do not go into the extremes of service. So I tell you about people who get addicted to service. Keep a balance of service and effort on yourself. Balance, service, and effort. Avyat signal. Finish the seed of impurity, become completely clean. Complete purity means not to have any vice, even in your thoughts. In your attaining this knowledge, these virtues and all the powers, your crown of light of always being complete and perfect and having all attainments should be clearly visible. You should be stable in that stage of your crown of light. All virtues, powers, and knowledge. Constantly experience yourself to be light, and in your soul conscious form. Experience yourself to be light when doing?
When doing karma. Always.
So, always. So, when doing everything. Versions of Mateshwari Mama. The eternal element of light is the silence lodge, and the corporeal world is the playground. This is the playground. The residence of souls is the eternal great element of light where they are free from their bodies playing any part. That is, souls are in a state beyond happiness and sorrow, which is called the silence lodge. I don't recall that. It's in English, so he must have said it, but I don't recall that. Something like that you'd sort of remember. The place where souls enact their parts with their bodies is this playground. This is the corporeal world. So there are two main worlds. One is the incorporeal world, the other is the corporeal world. People of the world say for the sake of saying it, God is the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer, the one who sustains us, who kills us, who burns us. I think that's bhakti, not Raj Yoga, I hope. So they say that he is the one who gives us happiness and sorrow. When someone receives sorrow, he says, oh God, your dish is sweet. Everything given by God is sweet. So, but that is inaccurate knowledge because that is not God's duty. So you can imagine, you could do it tongue in cheek, but you can imagine that you are so detached and have so much faith in Baba that you could say, Baba, you are my creator, sustainer, destroyer, the one who sustains me, kills me, and burns me. Start your Amrit Vela that way, see what happens. God is the remover of sorrow, not the bestower of sorrow. It seems obvious, but most Brahmins don't actually act that way. Because if you did recognize he was the bestower of happiness and you become sad, okay, so you know not to blame him, but why would you remember your sorrow and not just remember the bestower of happiness to get happy again? So clearly you don't recognize who the bestower of happiness is. To take birth, to die, to experience happiness and sorrow are all in the sanskars of human beings. So all of that sorrow is from your part, playing your part, is all in sanskars of humans. It's our parents who give us physical birth. People come into the relationship of the father and son according to their karmic bondages. In the same way, the father of souls is the supreme soul. So how does he create and sustain his unlimited creation? He is the creator of his three forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. And through these angelic forms, he enables the creation of the divine world, the destruction of the devilish world, and the sustenance of the divine world to take place. When I'm hearing Murli, I'm almost, you know how I ask questions to you and get you to fill in the blanks? I'm doing that when Bubba's reading me to Murli. I'm anticipating what's he going to say. So how can my mind ever get disconnected where I get sleepy? These three acts of God are unlimited, but happiness, sorrow, birth, and death take place according to each one's karma. God is the bestower of happiness, and he doesn't cause any sorrow for his children. Acha. Om Shanti. So just a basic class on God can't give you any sorrow. He can only give you happiness. Why would you remember anybody else? Oh, because you want some sorrow. Why do you want sorrow? There's a whole bunch of questions you got to start asking yourself. Why? What is the basis why you stay attached to temporary limited things that are impure?